All right. So if you have a question, there's a way you can put up your hand in Google Meet, and then we can respond to your questions. I noticed that some people were typing questions in the group. So if you do have a question, please unmute your microphone and go ahead. Yeah, Steve, go ahead with your question, sir. Yeah, please go ahead.
Please, DS160. I think that time you asked me a question that someone helped me through my application. I was a bit confused because when I was filling the DS160, I did not see such a question. I saved my DS160. I have not submitted it. I keep on updating it. So I went through to verify. I did not see such a question.
Well, when you're about to submit it, it's one of the sign of questions that they ask. So it's part in there when you're about to submit the DS160. They ask such questions in there.
Oh, okay. Right. Thank you.
Any other questions?
And also, please also.
Kindly be patient. Right.
All right.
Okay. If you do have a question, you can put up your hand. There's a way to do that. We have like the first 5 minutes to respond to the questions, and then we can begin. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Thank you. The scholarship stated on my I-20 stated in-state tuition scholarship. So I don't know if I'm to mention about the scholarship given to me. I should be specific, saying is a partial tuition waiver, or I can go ahead and say it's a partial scholarship given. So I don't know if it's appropriate to say partial or just mention the type of scholarship given.
Whatever you want to say would depend on what question is being asked. Without giving me a question, it will be difficult to tell you what you're supposed to say. So you're not supposed to say anything. You're supposed to answer questions that you're being asked. So depending on how the question goes, that would sort of dictate or warrant the kind of answer you're going to produce. All right. Okay. So if you do have a question, please unmute your microphone. Go ahead. So after the session, we would also allow for time for questions. So if you do have, Alfred, go ahead.
All right. Greetings, Mr. Fred. I have a question regarding my post-study plan. My program that I'm going to read is MA in Political Science. And I believe after the studies, I would want to pursue a PhD program in it. And so if I should go and I'm asked regarding my post-study plan, I intend on saying that I want to advance a PhD program. And if they should ask me, I would say the US. Am I showing an immigration intent from that question? Because I want to further stay in the US and pursue a PhD program after my program in the AMA.
I think the focus should be on what you're going to do now, right? So it's okay if you want to disclose that you would want to further to a PhD program. That's absolutely fine. But the immediate focus would be on what you have and what you're going to do now. Okay, so our time is up, so let's quickly begin. I'm going to start with the last person. If you've already typed your name, then we'll definitely get to you as well. Okay, so let's start with Priscilla. Priscilla, let me know if you're ready. Hi, Priscilla, are you ready? Okay, if Priscilla is not ready, we'll move on to Ni Kabutik. Ni, let me know if you're ready.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
All right. Which university are you going to?
I'm going to the University of Central Missouri in Warrensburg to study.
How did you hear about this university?
Okay, so I received a recommendation from my supervisor at work. I received recommendation from my supervisor at work. I did a further research and I realized.
Okay.
Pardon?
I didn't know Irene was here. Hi, Irene.
Hi, Fred.
Are you at a conducive environment to handle?
Yes.
Okay, great. So then let me find out if Priscilla is still there. Hi, Priscilla, are you there? Okay, so if we can start with Ni Emmanuel Kabate.
Okay.
Great.
You want me to take that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hi. Pass me your documents.
Here you go, ma'am.
How many colleges did you apply to?
I applied to 3 universities, which includes the University of Central Missouri, the University of South Carolina, and the University of Bridgeport. But then I chose University of Central Missouri because I was drawn to the university's focus on practical learning and the opportunities for research and internship opportunities with industry partners.
Can you tell me about your program?
Okay, so the industrial management program is a 2-year master's degree program. The program focuses on practical learning and it prepares individuals to take leadership and supervision positions in industries.
Did you take any test score for your program?
Come again, please.
Did you take any test score? GRE,
No.
SAT? Why did you not?
The program requirement doesn't require that I take that test.
Okay, how are you planning to fund your education?
Okay, so my brother, in the person of Edward Mensah, who has been working as a project manager for the Ghana Water Company for the past 20 years. He earns an annual income of $50,000. He's sponsoring my education because he played a pivotal role in me securing my job, and he wants to see me advanced in my career when I come back home.
Does your brother have a family?
Yes, he has a wife and he has a kid who is 2 years, a baby boy who is almost 2 years old.
Okay, what do you do and how much have you saved up towards this program?
Okay, so currently I work as an assistant export development officer with the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. I have saved about $1,000 to be able to support myself with some living expenses.
What do you plan to do after your master's?
So after the degree, I intend to return home to my current job as an assistant export development officer to use the skills and knowledge that I acquire to help local industries and small, medium scale enterprises to be able to build their businesses to contribute to the export industry.
Have you been to the United States before?
No, please, this will be my first visit.
Are you married?
No, please, but I have a girlfriend.
Why should this visa be approved?
Approving this visa will enable me travel to the United States to study for the master's degree program, and after completion, I'll return to Ghana to my current position as an assistant export development officer to use the practical knowledge and skills that I will acquire to assist local industries and small and medium scale enterprises to build their businesses.
Thank you. Let's end the interview here. Any comments for Emmanuel? Abraham, your hand is up. Please go ahead. There is no a comment. Okay, so Emmanuel, I don't know. I've never heard you speak before, but you sound very reluctant.
Pardon?
So you sound very reluctant. I don't know if it's because you're just waking up or something, but
Yeah,
and your
like
responses were not forthcoming. So please work on responding with more confidence and just let your responses be forthcoming so you don't give yourself room to be asked follow-up questions. Because if you speak and you pause, then it's gonna allow the viewer to ask you questions. Did you feel on your DS 160 that your brother is funding?
yes, I did.
Okay. I don't know if this is appropriate to ask, but why is your brother funding? Are your parents not able to fund you?
So, my parents have both passed.
Okay, so you might wanna
Yes.
you might wanna bring that into the response that your parents have passed and your brother who has taken up your role as the guardian is funding, because they might want to find out why your brother is funding if you have parents. So
Okay.
just bring that as a premise that due to the passing of your parents, your brother has taken up the role as your guardian who is willing to fund and does this and does that and earns an annual income of this. So that way they know that your finances are kind of settled. So do you have a deficit?
Yes. $27,000.
Okay, and did you get any kind of funding from your department or?
No, unfortunately, the school doesn't give funding to students who are not enrolled.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Fred, do you have any advice or anything regarding the finances?
Yeah, maybe the next time. But I think the confidence level, if you could, I don't know if because you just woke up.
Yeah, your responses are not forthcoming, so but otherwise, yeah, you can keep practicing. When is your interview?
10th June.
Okay, sure. Let's move to the next person.
Right. So the next person is Matthew. Let's know if you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. How many universities did you apply to?
I applied to three universities, namely South Carolina University, Indiana Wesleyan University, and Anna Maria College, where I was admitted to study a master's degree in business administration.
Okay, so why business administration?
Business administration is going to enhance my knowledge and skills in the business field, where I get to study at 36-hour credit hours, studying courses such as marketing, financial accounting, statistics, and many other courses. This is to help me gain more knowledge and practical skills to come back to my home country and then help my mother in the family business as the managing director as promised by her.
What is the name of your mother's business?
Osamed Green Ghana, Osamed Green Solution Limited.
Okay. How are you funding your education?
My mom, who is in the name of Mary Alodo, is funding my education. She is a veterinary doctor
the CEO of Usamed Green Solution Limited, and in partnership with my dad, is a real estate owner with 24 acres of land across Accra. She is funding my education so I can return back to my home country and assist in a higher or a more challenging position as the managing director of our family business.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
Currently, I am an administrator of Osama Green Solutions Limited, and some of my duties are to oversee the operational duties, coordinate schedules, and then maintain the organizational efficiency of the company. I am also a founder of my startup business, which is being managed by my wife, which makes an annual income of 24,000 cedis, which will be used to take care of the bills in the house whilst I'm away to study my 2 years course.
Okay, you just made mention of your wife. What does she do?
She is a pharmacist by profession. She is also managing my business, my startup business.
Okay. If you are married and you have a wife, why is your mom funding your education?
My mom is funding my education so I can return to oversee the managing director role in our family business. Amongst the four siblings, I am the only child who has a bachelor's degree in business administration, which was earned from the University of Professional Studies 2019.
What state are you going to?
I'm going to Massachusetts, precisely Boston City.
What do you know about Boston?
I know Anna Maria, which is located at Boston City, is close. It's a few kilometers away from Worcester, which has a vibrant city with a lot of businesses that can impact my practical knowledge uh, in the business field.
Okay, let's end the interview here. Any comments? Any comments for Matthew? Matthew, um, are you traveling with your wife?
No, please.
Okay, when you were talking about your mom, you said your mom has a business in partnership with your dad. So
Yes, that's
are
a real
they
estate.
okay? So are they both funding you, or is just your mom that's funding you? Because I don't understand the partnership, and I don't know if that's
Yeah, sorry for cutting you.
no. Go ahead.
The the partnership is with the it's only with the real estate business. That's where they get the lands together and then they are doing the real estate business. But aside that, she is the veterinary doctor and she is the CEO of her own business, which is the Summit Green Solution Limited.
Okay. Do you have a deficit?
Yes, I don't have a scholarship or funding from the school, so I'm making a payment of $29,650.
So that's what your mom is taking care of.
Yes, please.
Okay. Uh, I really don't have any comment about the finances. Not having a
Bro, how much do you have total on the bank statement?
About $40,000.
I couldn't hear that. Okay, I don't think you can hear me. So, Daniel, let's know if you're ready.
Yes, I am.
How did you hear about this university?
So, Tiffin University was one of the universities that popped up when I was in
Which
setting.
other
I was
university did
in
you apply to?
Indiana State University.
So, why only the Midwest?
Um, I chose
Are you using a
between.
headset?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you need to speak. I don't think it's helping. It's making it difficult to hear you. So we'll move on to the next person. Take it off, and then we can take it from there. Mohammed and Nas.
Yes. Am I audible?
Mohammed, which category of visa are you going for?
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Fred. Just before I begin, I just want to tell you that I'm not applying for a bachelor degree. I'm actually going for a summer, 2 week summer program. So
So what
just thought I'd
category
let you know.
are you applying for?
I'll be applying for F1.
You're applying for F1 now.
Yes.
So you're going for a summer program, but the category of visa is F1.
Yes.
Okay, which country are you applying?
I'm from Pakistan.
Pakistan. Okay. So what's your interview date?
16th of April.
Okay, great. So what's your highest academic qualification?
I just feel like my papers, my final exam papers, like from Cambridge, O levels, they're gonna be in about end of May. So
Which
I'd
institution,
be like just finishing off high school.
which institution are you going to?
I'm going to University of Chicago.
How old are you?
15.
What's the purpose of your travel?
My purpose of the travel to the US is to take part in a 16-day program, summer program at the University of Chicago.
What will this program do for you?
When I'll come back to Pakistan, it'll enable me to do basically three things that I really want to do. For one, which school I'm already enrolled in, I'll be able to study for free because of excellent academics, excellent accomplishment actually. Second, I really want to be part of the tech community in Pakistan and really excel the tech part in our school, especially, so I can do more for the tech community in my school and area. So for that, this institution, this accreditation from the US would really hold my stance and make sure that I do what I say and people could trust me. And
How are
thirdly,
you
there's a
funding
very
this program?
70% is funded by the university. 30%, about 2,000 US dollars, has to be funded by me, which already has been paid.
So funded by you, 15 years, you have
No,
$2,000.
no, my dad.
You have a statement, bank's financial statement to prove that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Great. Let's end it here. Any comments from Nas Mohammed?
I think the purpose of travel should be well structured and kind of answered. It feels a little bit all over the place. So if you could kind of identify a specific gap or a problem that you're gonna solve after you come back from the US with the skills that you have, that would be great because your response sounds very generic. So if there's any problem in the tech space that you can identify and then find a solution, that would be a reason why you want to go and participate in the program that you're going. That would be great.
Will do.
Mohammed, were you issue an I-20?
Yes,
Is it a DS 2019 or I-20?
it's I-20.
And you said it's an exchange program?
Yes, it's a credit-based course though.
And you said how many months is it going to be?
16 days.
16 days. And you said the total cost will be?
Approximately two. The total cost is basically $8,600, but like 6,600 was waived, so I'd had to pay 2,000.
Okay. So do you think it's worth it, going for a program that will cost 8,000 for like 16 days?
Yeah, I mean, for me it was still 2,000. So I think for the 2,000, it totally is. For the 8,000, I wouldn't suggest so.
Okay. All right. So Daniel, Aaron, let's go on with Daniel, and then the next person will be Lovia. So after Daniel's interview, everybody ready. contribute to other people. Um,
Hi, Daniel. Is Daniel ready?
okay, if it's not ready, we go to Lovia. Lovia, are you ready?
I'm ready, Fred.
Okay.
Which university do you apply to?
I applied to Northeastern University, University of San Francisco, and Illinois Institute of Technology. So I chose Illinois Institute of Technology because the program is uniquely structured to fit my career path, and also the curriculum has been tailored for my specific program.
How are you funding?
I have been awarded a 4,666 Chicago Innovation Scholarship. I have also secured an educational loan worth $50,000 from Empower Financing. So I will be paying the interest whilst in school with my personal savings.
What did you do to merit the Chicago scholarship?
It is a merit based scholarship for students who are going to pursue their technological entrepreneurship. So they used my academic achievement, my GPA.
What do you do?
I am an entrepreneur and the creative director for Lovia Hair Enterprise. I run my own hair business where I oversee the production, the marketing, and the strategic planning. I have a total of 2 employees and 5 apprentices. I am also a co-founder of Her Dream Foundation, where I volunteer to impact the lives of young women, particularly in the northern sector of Ghana, through education and training programs.
How long have you been running your business?
It's been 3 years now, please.
Okay. Do you know any professors at the university that you have applied to? Are you in contact with them?
Yes, yes, I'm in contact with my programs director, Nick Ruko. Yeah.
Have you been to the United States before?
No, please, this will be my first time.
Okay. So, how do you plan on repaying the loan that you have secured?
Okay, so whilst I pay the interest in school, when I return back to Ghana, then I'll be paying the interest and the principal remaining. So I'll be using the income from my business and my savings. Yeah.
So, why did you not secure funds from your business to cater for your education rather than getting a loan which you'd come back and pay the interest with the money from your business?
Yes, I wouldn't be actually using the money I use in my business, but then the profit. And as it stands now, I do not have the full money, the full funds to pay for the tuition. But then I have savings to cater for the interest as well. And I believe that taking this loan is an investment towards my career. So I'll definitely have to pay the interest, and I know it's going to help me in my career advancement as well.
Do you have any plans of coming back to oversee your business during the vacations or holidays?
Yes, yes. My business will be in operations and my brother will be managing, but then I plan to return on summer break to check on how it's going.
Okay. Do you know anyone in the US?
No, please. I do not have a close relative, but then I'm in contact with my DSO, Lenai Reka, and programs director, Nick Roko.
So, what do you plan to do after you graduate?
Yes, so after I graduate, I plan to return back to Ghana to expand my business by establishing a beauty academy, which is embedded in innovative learning experience. I will also mentor other women in entrepreneurship and contribute to shaping policies which which involves by women's participation in leadership and business technology. And I believe this will go a long way to um, improve Ghana's economy by establishing employment opportunities for young women in society.
So, what are some challenges that women in Ghana who are involved in entrepreneurship face?
Yes, I believe there are a lot of young women in Ghana, though they are into entrepreneurship, but they are not embraced with the technology aspect of it. And like I believe that being in the innovative part of the entrepreneurship is going to expose them to like higher opportunities. So I want to introduce this technology and innovation aspect to them so that they can curtail it into their entrepreneurship journey, and it's going to
Thank
help
you.
them in the long run. You're welcome.
Thank you, Lovia. You did a good job. I know your last question was not expected, but I like the fact that you tried to respond to that. So, good job. I like how confident you are and how you answer your questions. But I'm kind of uncertain about your response to paying your loan with your profit. Because if you are obviously running a business, you have to reinvest your profits. I don't know, but it depends on how much you make and stuff like that. But yeah,
Okay.
good job. Thank you. I don't know if anyone has any comments.
I like
Um,
the way she's able to brag. I think she confidence level is very high. But
yeah,
just check some word sentences like
yeah,
in my own business.
yeah. I own a business, so this is the name of my business. Yeah,
Noted.
yeah. You can move
Yeah,
on to the
hello.
next question. Please go ahead.
Yes. Lovia, how much is your interest of the loan?
I'll be paying $270 a month for the amount that will be dispersed per semester.
How much is your interest of the loan?
The interest rate is 12%.
12%.
Yeah.
So you are going to pay 12% of 50,000 also as a student.
Yeah.
You are paying 12% as a student.
Yes, please.
And how much is your loan?
My loan is $50,000.
So you are going to pay 12% of $50,000.
Even in the
Please, I
simplest,
don't understand.
You said the interest rate is 12%, right?
but is that you have asked the same question more than 5 times. Please, let's move on.
Mr. Alfred, I know why I am asking this question,
Yes,
and
yes, answer 1,000 times. Yes,
uh,
yes, yes.
she's not really getting the question, because I know that the loan that she has, she's not taking all the 50,000 whilst as a student like one time. That they are going to disburse some of the amount, and she's going to pay the value of the amount they are going to disburse.
And I said that it will be dispersed per semester. So I'll be paying $200 a semester for the amount that will be dispersed that semester.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Thank you.
Ebenezer, is there a point you're trying to make or something?
Yes. The point I want to make is that I want her. I want to draw her attention to the fact that there's going to. It is likely the viewer is going to ask that, and then so she should be aware that the full amount that she's not going to pay the full amount whilst beginning from the first year. She's only going to pay the amount, the interest of the amount that's going to be disbursed, and the rest will be paid whilst she starts when she's done with work within 10 years. So to
Okay,
make the viewer know that you know it, like bring those things out so that it's not going to be like you're not really aware of how long it's going to take and how much you are going to pay at a particular point in time. That's my point.
thank you very much. Lovia,
Yeah.
please note that.
Okay.
Right. So the next question is going to be Elvis. If Elvis, let us know when you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Have you applied to any university in the UK before?
Yes, I applied to Ohio State University in 2019,
What's your bachelor's degree in?
sociology and geography.
And you do have a master's degree?
Yes, I have a master's degree in sociology.
And so what program are you going to pursue now?
I'm going to pursue PhD in sociology.
Talk to me about your university.
So my university is Virginia Tech, which is located in Blasberg.
How did you
And
know about this university?
I heard of it through extensive research. Yes, and
Why study sociology?
I'm studying sociology with a research focus in sociology of disasters and climate change. I believe this will be a great leap towards my contribution to SDG 13, which is on climate change. And also with the research knowledge that will be gained, it will be very important in helping to contribute to the mitigation of climate change and disaster-related issues in Ghana, especially coastal areas in Ghana.
Is there a difference between social workers and sociologists?
Definitely. What I believe that sociology is more into the study of people's interactions within society.
Yeah, go ahead. You're establishing a difference between two things.
Yeah, so I'm more, my knowledge is on sociology, so not necessarily social work.
Talk to me about Blasberg, the city you're going to study in.
So Blasberg has a population of about 44,000, and it's also a home to Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University.
How long would your program be?
4 years.
And who's going to fund this?
I have received a graduate research assistantship, which covers my full tuition, health insurance, and a monthly stipend, which will cover my living expenses.
Is there any in sociology you want to tell me about?
I didn't get that part clear. Can you repeat it?
Sociology you're fascinated about?
Yes, so my fascination about sociology is how it helps in viewing societal problems within one's own practical lenses.
What's your long-term goal?
My long-term goal is to become a grounded researcher and a teacher of the discipline.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Do you have kids?
No.
Are you married?
I'm not married, but I have a girlfriend.
Why should this visa be approved?
Granting this visa would enable me to travel to the United States to pursue a PhD in sociology with a research focus in sociology of disasters and climate change. This knowledge would help me contribute significantly to the mitigation of climate change and disaster-related issues in Ghana, especially coastal communities. And it will also be a great leap towards my contribution to SDG 13, which is on climate change.
All right, let's end it here. Any comments for?
I like the way you were able to identify a gap and talk about SDG and things like that. But then when you were asked what sociology, the difference between social work and sociology is, sociology obviously talks about human behavior, while social work deals with societal or socioeconomic issues that exist within these groups. So this is the difference. So you're comparing two things. So you can't just talk about one thing and leave the other. So
especially when you're going for PhD, you're supposed to.
yes, that's why he was like, I'm still waiting for you to add on. So just know the distinction between sociology and then social work. So yeah, but I think you did a good job overall.
All right, any other comments for Elvis? Okay. Personally, I think you did good. Daniel, you have a question for Elvis?
I was thinking maybe if my mic is okay, can I take
Yeah,
it again?
you have to finish with everybody. Then we'll come and interview you.
Okay, sure.
Joshua, I'm fun now. Joshua, are you ready?
Yes, please, I'm ready. I'm ready, sir.
Okay. Joshua, why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa which will allow me an entry into US to pursue MA in English with my concentration in literature and English.
You are speaking English. Why study English again?
Yeah, I have the greatest aspiration of becoming a lecturer in the Department of English in University of Cape Coast, where I currently work as a teaching assistant at the same department. My motivation comes from the fact that my uncle, who is a senior lecturer at the same department, motivated my interest
Which university?
in. Please, you said?
So apart from speaking, this is a conversation. So you try as much as possible to listen as well, right?
Okay, sir. Okay,
Which
sir.
university?
Okay, sir. I'm going to Iowa State University.
How did you hear about this university?
My uncle is a senior lecturer in the Department of English, University of Cape Coast.
Who's funding your education?
Iowa State University has offered me a full teaching scholarship with graduate assistantship, which covers my living expenses. And
Okay.
hello, sir. I
Is
can't hear you.
it or a master's degree?
It's a master's degree, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 27 years.
Obtaining a master's degree give you the opportunity to be a lecturer?
No, become assistant lecturer.
What do you do at the moment?
I'm a teaching assistant at the University of Cape Coast at the Department of English. This is like your line is breaking a bit. I can't hear you, please.
You have a deficit.
Do I have a?
You spoke about the fund, and I'm asking if there's a deficit.
No, please. I don't have a deficit. No, please.
Have you made any travel plans?
Not yet, please.
All right, let's end it here. Any comments for Joshua?
Hi, Joshua. So just a
Yes.
few things you might want to pay attention, and then two, when he asked you the question about why English, because you're already speaking English. I mean, you laughed at the beginning. This is just a mock session, so it's allowed, but you might want to take notes of
Okay.
that so you don't go and repeat that action when you go to the
Okay.
embassy.
Okay.
Also, you were saying something about your uncle being at the department. So just go straight to the point. Fred always emphasizes on the fact that the interview is about a minute or two. So you don't have the liberty of time to express yourself that much. So go straight to the point, but make sure that the vital information comes first. Also, he asked you why you heard about how you heard about this school. You also started again with your uncle. That's how come he interrupted. So then again, just go straight to tell us and avoid as much as possible, like avoid the preamble unless you realize that you are being given like an open window to respond to questions. But as much as possible, just try to bring the important information first.
Aaron, you want to take Nana Steve and
Yeah, I had a comment for Joshua about his reason for studying English. Joshua, is why, honestly speaking, why do you want to study English?
I want to study English because I want to be a proficient lecturer in English literature. That's been my interest from childhood. And so I hold a bachelor's degree in arts education in English language.
Okay, that's a good response, but I feel like you can add more emphasis or you can add more information to that as to why you want to study, because obviously as Fred asked you, you're already speaking English and why do you want to learn English? It proves that English is kind of underestimated and people want to wonder what you're going to even do with a degree or a master's in English. So you might want to find something, a gap or something that you want to feel specifically in as to how these have led you, like your experiences from being having undergrad or whatever, how it has built on to why you want to pursue this masters. And then your long-term goal might be to be a professor, but then currently with a master's degree you can't be a professor, so you might want to clearly establish that from the beginning that this is a long-term goal, but now you want to obtain the masters that would help you. So
Yes, please.
okay.
all right.
Fred, who's the next
I
one?
agree with you, Irene.
Yeah, thank you.
Then also, Joshua, you can make it clear that learning English is not about only speaking. You can clarify that. Also, not want to get a command of the language and then be able to write it and write a good English, because a lot of people can speak but they cannot write. I mean,
Yes, please.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
So
you, bro.
minute. We'll share another link on the platform, but I think we can use the 6 minutes for Steve, and then when we come, we go to Richard, Nicholas, Anas, and then Abubakar.
Okay, Steve.
Hi,
Hi. Why are you here?
yeah. I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa, which will allow me to travel to Grand Valley State University, which is in the US, to study Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I'll be taking courses in human physiology, anatomy, microbiology, surgical and
Why a
medical nursing.
bachelor's in nursing?
Yeah, I already have diploma in nursing, so I'm going to advance myself to a degree holder.
What do you currently do?
Currently, I've been working in Ghana Health Service for 3 years, where I perform clinical decision duties such as monitoring of patient vital signs, administration of drugs, attending to emergency cases to provide first aid. So
How
now
do
I've
you
granted a
plan
study
to
leave.
fund your entire education?
Yeah, I've been awarded a partial scholarship from the school with an amount of $6,192. I also have a personal savings of $7,000 to sponsor myself. My sister, who works in Ghana Petroleum Authority as human resource officer, is also sponsoring my education because she wanted me to become a great medical personnel in our family. She earned an annual income of $85,000.
How much is she stop sponsoring you with?
Yeah, she's sponsoring my education. I mean, for the entire years I'm going to spend. So the amount she's using, I can't say it for now because the school has not calculated the advanced years this thing for me.
Okay.
Only for me.
How many universities did you apply to?
I applied to two universities, Anna Maria College and Grand Valley State University, but I chose to go to Grand Valley State because they have advanced skills lab, which will equip me with the practical knowledge I will need as a nurse.
Walk me through your application process.
Yeah, I during my intensive research, I came across Grand Valley State, so I logged into the school. When I had interest in the school, I logged into the school and I began to fill in my application forms. I submitted my academic credentials to the school. Then I submitted it.
Do you know anyone in the US?
No, I don't know anyone except my school officials.
Have you made any travel plans yet?
Pardon me.
Have you made any travel plans yet?
No, please. That will happen after my visa has been approved.
What are your postgraduate plans?
I'm going with the study leave. So after my graduation, the government required me to come and resume and work as a nurse and put the knowledge I acquired there into practice.
Can I see your letter that shows you return?
Yes, please. It is here with me.
Okay, let's end the interview here. Any comments for um Steve?
Yeah, okay. Irene, so the first one is when you asked him why a bachelor's degree, he started off by saying he has a diploma in nursing. So he could have said that he wants to advance his knowledge and gain a better understanding in the nursing field rather than saying to build himself. And then secondly, with the funding side, where you asked how much the sister would be supporting, and he said the school has not calculated the distance yet. He could have said the sister will be taking care of the remaining deficit throughout his studies in the US. And then with the application too, he said he uploaded his credentials and he submitted his credentials and submitted. Well, he could have said he uploaded them and submitted to the school instead.
Okay, yeah,
Sorry, the meeting is ending soon, so I just want to send another link and we can
sure,
and continue. So when we come back, we go to maybe Mr. Richard and we'll take it from there. So I'm
sure.
posting it on the page right away.
Yeah, I think you should just go straight to the point. And then you said he wants to advance himself. How do you want to advance yourself? Just add more information to that. And then basically what Emmanuel was saying was about sentence construction and kind of giving the appropriate responses. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. So we'll move on to Mr. Richard. Mr. Richard, please let us know when you're ready.
Oh, please, I'm ready.
How long have you been planning to visit the US?
I've planned to stay for 3 weeks, fully enjoy the moment with my wife and my children. After that, we'll come back to Ghana.
Mr. Richard, Mr. Richard, Nyanto was here. Native question. Answer or respond. You're not ready. Please let me know when you're ready.
Please, I'm ready.
How long have you been planning to visit the US?
For 8 months now.
How long has your wife lived in the US?
For 1 year now, please.
So your wife left for 2 months and you've been planning to visit for 8 months.
I know definitely I'm going to miss her with the children. That's why I plan to put in application, because I know the application will take some time for me to get a date.
Why not an F2 visa for you and your cat?
Because I want to come back to my country. That's why I applied for B1 and B2 for a visit visa.
With an F2 visa, you can still come back.
Because I don't know that process, that's why I applied for the B1 and B2.
When do you intend to travel after your visa has been approved?
20th July. Because their vacation, my children's vacation will be on 20th July. So I plan to go on 21st July when our visa has been approved.
How is the academic schedule of your wife like?
She will go on vacation around the same time. So, and after that, she will have a practical at around that time. So since we'll get time to since we'll I don't know
how do you plan to fund this trip?
I'm a civil servant. I work with the Public Works Department, which is under the Ministry of Forest and Housing. My wife and I have a private firm, which is Asido Architecture
Okay.
Construction Limited.
Mr. Richard,
Yes, please.
how do you plan to fund this trip?
I've been able to save $18,000 for our trip.
How old are your kids?
The first one is 8 years, the second one is 6 years, and the last one is 2 years.
I'm going to repeat this question. Wouldn't it be less expensive for your wife to travel to see your family rather than 4 of you traveling to the United States?
Because she will not get the time, or a course will not permit her to come to Ghana to see us.
How long do you plan to stay?
We have planned to stay for 3 weeks, fully enjoy the moment with her physically, and after that, we'll come back to Ghana.
All right, let's end it here. Any comments from Mr. Richard? Is there any comment from Mr. Richard? If not, then we'll move on to the next person.
I think it's just the usual. Just taking his time to comprehend the question before he answers. So yeah.
Yeah, I have the same comment. So, Mr. Richard, some of the questions may sound like the same from the beginning, but take your time and then get the question. That's the way you'll be able to answer rightly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we move on to the next question. Trying to figure out who the next person is. I think after Mr. Richard, it's supposed to be Nicholas. Yeah, Nicholas, and we'll go to Abbas. Hi, Nicholas.
Hi, Fred.
Yeah, Harry, you want to go ahead with it?
Yes.
Pardon?
I'm taking you, please, Nicholas.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Why did you apply?
Madam, I wanted to say something.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was night before, so I'm going back.
I don't understand.
Okay, like what I wanted
at the
to tell
embassy,
you.
so this is a second attempt.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, so what has changed, Nicholas? Why are you here?
Okay, my school has changed, my program has changed, and right now I have a tuition waiver, and I'll be paying only living expenses, which will be covered by my dad.
Okay, why did you apply to this university?
Pardon?
Why did you apply to this university?
Okay, I applied to this university because when I was doing a research about accounting, about the best universities with accounting, I found that this university has an excellent academic accounting curriculum that offers courses like intermediate accounting, auditing, principles of accounting, and a concentration in managerial accounting that aligns with my career goals being a financial analyst. And also, I was admitted into the university.
Hi, bro. If you could kindly secure a quiet background, that would be super helpful to all of us. It's a bit disturbing at the background. Abbas, are you there? Hello, Abbas. Okay, so Abbas is not here, so I think we're done for the day. We will be responding to questions, and so if you do have a question, Hetty is here, Irene is here, myself will try and do our best.
Mr. Fred, I have got a good background.
Okay, so I think Irene, we can continue now.
Yeah, I asked why you applied to this university.
Okay, I applied to this university because during my research, I found out that this university has an excellent accounting curriculum that offers courses like principles of accounting, intermediate accounting. Pardon?
How are you funding your education?
Okay, I received a tuition waiver from the university and I will be paying only my living expenses, which will be covered by my dad, Mr. Chanjoba, who's a successful businessman here in Uganda and makes upon 130,000 US dollars. He's the CEO of Gomba Group of Companies.
Do you have any plans to return home during your vacations or holidays?
Yes, during my summer breaks, I'll be returning back to join my father's I will be returning back into my father's company to work as a junior accountant.
Do you know anyone in the US?
I don't know anyone in the US, but I'm in contact with my school DISO.
What are your postgraduate plans?
Upon successful completion of my bachelor's degree, I'll be returning back to join my father's company as a financial analyst, and I believe I'll be more excited to bring in new skills, new knowledge, where I'll be able to make informed financial decisions, optimize resource allocations, hence the expansion of the business and profitability of the business. And in the long run, I have a dream of opening up an accounting firm.
Tell me about what do you do for fun?
What I do currently?
What do you do for fun?
Okay, I currently work at one of my father's company, Gomba Wholesalers, as a cashier, and my job duties include to scan
Nicola,
products to
did
ensure
you,
customers
do
are
you
checked.
understand? Did you hear the question? Can you repeat the question she asked?
I didn't. Okay, I didn't
I
hear
asked what you
correctly.
do for fun, not what you do for work. What do you do for fun? So when you're not working, what do you do for fun? Do you understand the question, Nicholas?
No, I don't understand.
Nicholas, FUN. How do you pronounce that?
Fun.
Which one?
FUN.
Fund. Fund. Eh? Oh, okay. We pronounce fund.
Yeah, so what do you do for funds?
For funds, I'm paid. I'm paid 500 Ugandan shillings
Okay.
monthly.
Let's
In
end
other
it.
words, what do you do in your leisure hours? During your leisure,
Okay, in
what
my
are
leisure. Okay, I play soccer. Yes, I play soccer and watch movies. That's it.
Okay, let's end the interview here. Any comments for Nicholas? Dora, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I think you should pay attention to the questions to understand it, because you will not be pardoned when you answer wrongly, and the reason being that you didn't understand or hear the question very well. If you need to ask for repetition, please do, so that you can be able to comprehend and provide the answers needed. Overall,
The
I'll say
accent.
you did good.
Yeah.
The accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the accent, but of course the Americans have an accent.
So it's better to ask for repetition of the questions than to answer um wrongly. So just like Dora said, please pay attention to the questions. Sometimes you might not be asked all the questions you have rehearsed, so please pay attention. Thank you.
All right, I think we're done for the day. So if you do have a question, there's a way. Okay, I think Daniel is the last person. Hi, Daniel.
Hello, Mr. Fred.
How are you today?
Very well, sir.
Why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed to pursue my master's degree in finance at Tiffin University, Ohio.
What did you study for your bachelor's?
I currently hold a bachelor's degree in banking and finance at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
What was your CGPA?
70.
Okay, so Daniel, the American system really do not understand the percentage. So the CGPA will make it easy for them to understand. Do you have any idea what your CWA converted into CGPA will be?
But then CWA is what we say.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that the American system uses more of CGPA. So if you are going to be asked such a question, Under no circumstance will they ask CWA. They rather ask for your CGPA.
So
So
in that case, what should I say?
that's why I'm asking you that. Do you have any idea what the CWA converted into CGPA of what you got will be?
Unless maybe after I'll check the
How long will
GPA.
this
I
program
know.
be?
Please come again.
How long will this program be?
So it's structured in 2 years with 32 to 36 credit hours.
How did you hear about this university?
So Tiffin University was one of the universities that popped up when I was doing
Why not a
research for.
public funded university?
I realized from their website that they have passionate staffs with wonderful student support. They have modern technologies that offer opportunities for practical learning.
I'm
They
finding
offer.
it difficult to hear you. What's um
Is it okay now?
yeah, this is fabulous. Can you please
Yeah.
repeat that?
So I realized from their website that they have passionate staffs with wonderful student support. They have modern technologies that offer opportunities for practical learning, and then they offer flexible payment plan and then scholarship to ease studying with them.
You're talking about scholarship. Were you offered any by the university?
Sure, I had a merit scholarship of $2,000. Then my elder brother, Dr. Eric Wama, who is a principal lecturer at the Department of Library and Information Studies, Open Polytechnic, New Zealand. Who,
Right. Who ended here? For some reason, I was finding it difficult getting your answers because of how you sounded. I don't know if you could fix
oh,
it, but if anybody have a comment for Daniel, please go ahead.
Daniel, I think when Fred asks a question, you're like, sure, before you give the answer. So please avoid that. Just go straight to the point.
okay. Well noted.
Fred, I think I want to help him to calculate the CWA to the CGPA.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so since you had 70, you multiply that, you put it in brackets, multiply that by 4, then you divide all by 100, you're going to get a CGPA.
Okay.
Okay, great. So right now we'll be responding to questions, and that's what we do. If you're new, the first minute when we start the session is to respond to the various questions you might have, and when we are done, we do the same. And if you want to be interviewed, you type your name in the chat in the first 5 minutes when you join the session. If you do not type your name, it means that you don't want to be interviewed. So it's not compulsory to be interviewed as well. Right. If you do have a question, there's a way you can put up your hand in the Google Meet. I'll call you and then see how best we can help address the question. Okay, so Emmanuel Kabate, please go ahead. Emmanuel, kindly go on. Okay. Abraham, go ahead.
Okay, please thanks for
Hello.
the
Hello.
Let's listen to Abraham. Abraham, go on.
okay, so please thanks for the opportunity. I wanted to ask about in case maybe you have been asked for
Abraham, your sound is a bit, it's difficult. Are you using a headset too?
yes, please.
Yeah, I think if you take it up, that'll be super helpful.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk to Matthew. Matthew, go ahead.
Yeah, mine.
Please, can you hear me now?
Let's finish with Matthew. We come to you, Abraham. Matthew, go on.
Yes, mine has to do with a request. I wanted to first request
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Abraham, go on.
Okay, so I wanted to, in case I'm asked for, I'm asked that, what do you do? I'm an NSS personnel. How will I tackle such question?
I mean, unless NSS personnel, you have maybe a specific place you work, so that's what you do. And remember that you've already answered this question in the DS 160, so it's more or less like a repetition of what you've already told them in the DS 160. So it's not anything.
Okay, please. And what of maybe they ask you where are you going to stay?
It depends on whether you've been able to secure a place on campus or not, but obviously, that address is already on the I-20.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Bubakar Abbas, go ahead. Abbas, please go on.
Yeah. Good morning or good evening.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah, it seems I missed the interview. I went in for prayers. I just got back, so I don't know how we can go about it.
Let's make it tomorrow. Sorry about that. I think you type your name first, but I started from the bottom, so sorry about that. Yeah, Chum, please go ahead.
Please, the person who explained how to calculate the CGPA, can he please go back again because I didn't get it well.
Okay, so assuming you had 85, you multiply that by 4, which is the 4.0, then you divide by 100. You are going to get the CGP out of the 4.0 scale. So the 70 by the 4 will be 280 divided by the 100, which will make it 2.8 out of 4.0.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Yeah, Mike, you go on.
Okay, please. Actually, it seems my issue actually took over the whole thing, so I didn't get a feedback on my performance of the interview.
Yeah.
So I don't know
To
if you
be
can.
honest with you, that whole thing we spoke about is the best feedback you could ever get.
Okay.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that issue can also take over the whole interview. So it's the best comment you could ever get. And since you've been joining, subsequently when you get interviewed, definitely there will be suggestions for you. Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, good morning. About the person who spoke about the CWA to GPA conversion, I don't think it's the appropriate way. So it deals with having more A's in your courses than doing a direct conversion. So there's a website which allows you to convert your CWA to GPA freely, and I'll be putting it on the group so that to help you at least. Yeah.
Polaro?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think that's super helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions from anyone? Isaac, go on.
Good morning, all. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go on.
Yeah. For this CGPA, I'm suggesting because if whatever thing he might quote, they will ask him for proof. Especially converting from the Ghanaian system to the American system. So if his university can do it, fine. But let it be in documentation. That's what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, I think you can explain that. KNUST is well known, and a lot of systems use the WA. So it's just a matter of of saying something which will be understandable. I asked for CGPA and he said 70, which means that he did not understand. So he was saying CWA when I meant CGPA. Right. Mr. Richard, go on.
Please, I want to find out how many months am I going to print for my statement?
Well, it depends on you what you want to go and show.
Whether 1 month or 2 months, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm responding to that.
Okay.
When it comes to financial statement, the embassy do not have specific requirements, just like they do for photographs and stuff like that. So they don't have a specific requirement. But when I spoke to the former officer, he suggested between, 3 to 6 months.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone? If not, then we'll draw the curtains. I don't know, Hetty and Irene, if you do have any final words.
I don't have any comments, but if anyone is here going to ISU, Illinois State University, and has their I-20, please send me a message on the WhatsApp platform.
Okay. Is Hetty here? Any final words? Steven, you have a question?
Yeah, Fred. I just would like to. I think yesterday I saw on the page that someone was approved. Would appreciate if you can bring that person on board to share with us his experience.
Yeah, I think that'll be great. That'll be great. And of course, each and everyone here, once you go for the visa interview, whether approved or not, please do us a favor, share whatever happens. And another thing is that please, when somebody shares their experience, don't take everything hook, line, and sinker. When they are being approved, they are so excited they don't remember actually what happened. So they come and type something. When they are being denied, they are so angry, they come and pour their frustration in there. So whatever somebody comes to type, take it on the face value. Take away the good stuff you want, and then throw whatever you don't want to read, because people are carried by emotions, whichever way, whether they are being approved or denied. And what mostly they type there may not necessarily reflect exactly what happened at the embassy. So, or any other questions? If not, then we end here. So, if you're new, please read the page description. It gives you an idea exactly what happens when we join the session. Let's use the platform as what it's supposed to be meant for. It's truly for visa stuff. If any other thing